Hey, Dan Passarelli here. Well, it was a big day in the market today. Holy cow, lots of stuff happened and lots of stuff didn't happen and unexpected stuff happened and expected stuff happened. Holy cow, lots of stuff. Okay, so first of all, in case you haven't heard, if you live under a rock or something like that, so the SEC approved all 11 applications for Bitcoin ETFs. So there are ETFs listed by ARK and Franklin, Grayscale, iShares, who else? Wisdom Tree, Fidelity, Franklin. Oh, there's 11 of them, and you can trade them now. And they all trade Bitcoin Cash, not futures, as the spot. So that is what drove up the market. As you can see here in this picture, a picture of Bitcoin trading just over the last couple of days here. Got all the way up to 49, pulled back down to 46. But what drove that? I mentioned that in a video a couple of days ago. All these ETFs, they have to buy the actual Bitcoin. So that being said, that's some big news. And there's another tradable asset that's going to be getting talked about quite a bit. Am I endorsing it? Not necessarily, but even things that are kind of crazy, you can still trade and you can still make money on. Now, all that being said, if you take a look at this chart, of SPY, well, we had sort of a volatile day today because we had that CPI number come out and inflation was higher than expected, but just slightly. And like I said in yesterday's video, if it's in that middle ground, maybe not too much will happen. Now, because it was higher, we did sell off a bit, didn't quite get through that 20-day moving average, which is so key to get follow through. So it ended up acting as support, and the S&P 500 ended up bouncing back, closed down barely anything, 21 cents lower on the day. I think a lot of that had to do with the Fed's Goolsby. I don't know. I mean, I felt that the tone was just brushing off the bad news, saying that there were other things also to consider besides just inflation. And boy, that stuff is, that stuff is important too. And so that gave us a little bit of a boost from the lows of the day and back to a Goldilocks market. If we are up tomorrow, that'll mark an up week in this market. And then we go into next week and it becomes a race towards January 31st, which is the next Fed announcement. This is Dan Passarelli. Hope that helps. Trade smart.